Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So the next topic that we will discuss it is the water pollution due to the domestic and the agriculture effluents. These are the two types of the effluents that can also affect the water. First of all, when we talk about the domestic effluents is maybe from the houses, from the homes of the human beings, like the use of the detergents or the use of the different types of the soaps or the urine or the feces or the water that results as a use for the bathing purpose. All that includes the industrial, like the industrial effluents. These are the domestic effluents that are used at home or in the houses. Likewise, we have also the agricultural effluents, the water that is used for the plants and different crops. It may also be discharged to the lakes and rivers. In turn, it just pollute the water, and in turn, the water pollution is increasing day by day due to all that causes. So let's discuss this one by one in detail. First of all, we have domestic effluents. Basically, when we talk about this, we use the different types of detergents at home, and these detergents are used for the cleaning purpose. On the other hand, because the detergents have very high strong action of the cleaning, then that the soap that is also in the hard water, they can work even in the acidic solution. So that's why they are used for the better results. But they have the major disadvantage over the soaps, as these detergents have some non biodegradable particles that cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms. These substances are known as the non biodegradable, that cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms like bacteria. So, when the different households containing these types of the detergents, then they are just discharged to the streams, they are discharged to the ponds, lakes, and the rivers. In turn, it just cause the water pollution. Now that water pollution is just a big problem, as it may cause different types of the diseases in the living organisms and in all the human beings. On a whole, that when these detergents just remain in the water for a very long time, now what just happened, that water just unfit for the aquatic life. So this is the effect of the domestic effluents in the water pollution. So here we have some other effects of the domestic effluents. Number one, the microbes that consumes a lot of oxygen after the biodegradation of the organic matter, it causing the decline in the dissolved oxygen. So these detergents just decrease the concentration of oxygen in the water. In turn, now they will not be used by the biodegradable microorganisms for the process of biodegradation, in which the substances just decomposed. This results in the mortality of the fishes and the other aquatic creatures. So they will have a very bad effect on their life. Next, it causes the excessive growth of the planktonic algae, that is the algal bloom over the water, and in turn this alga production also reduces the concentration of oxygen and maybe not good for the aquatic creatures. And this algal bloom can be toxic to also humans and the animals, and it impart distinct colors to the water bodies. Basically, it imparts the green color to the water bodies, and it is also toxic for the human beings. Then we have the agriculture effluents. Now, the agriculture effluents is basically containing the domestic and the commercial gray water and the black water that is just poured into the different crops. It may be the water from the water food processing and the byproduct and the waste from this. Then the plant and their shed, they are washed down. This is also produced water which is having its bad effect. Now we have the storm and the groundwater. It is also adding up into the agriculture crops. Here we have the building and the roof run off, or the water coming from the buildings and the roofs. We have the water for irrigations, overflow, and their run off irrigation, the water used for the crops for their benefits. Now we have the vehicles and equipments when they are washed down. They all add up into the agriculture effluent. So basically, the water pollution that is just because of the use of the simple fertilizers. These fertilizers may be pesticides and they may be insecticides. Basically, pesticides and insecticides are the chemicals used to kill the pests and used to kill the insects. These are the different types of the substances used for the better production of the crop. Now, when these chemical pesticides and insecticides just used to make or meet up the deficiency of the different substances like nitrogen and phosphorus in the soil. So, on the other hand, these pesticides are also used directly to kill the control of the pests. So, these pests may be the different types of weeds, herbs, and insects. So, they all also damage the crops and also transfer some type of diseases in the living organisms. So, all that effluents affect the water and pollute the water. Now, what are the effects of the agriculture effluents? Basically, when we have the intensive cultivation of the crops, it causes these chemicals from the fertilizers and from the pesticides. They just seeps down to the groundwater. When it just sweep to the groundwater, now what just happened? It may pollute the water, and these chemicals just added up into the water and causes the water pollution. On the other hand, the high concentration of the nitrates contents in the water and different types of sulfates. When this water is again now used for the domestic level, it may cause the different types of the problems in the human beings. So this was the simple effect of the agriculture effluents. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section. And the next topic that we will discuss, it is the waterborne infection diseases one. Basically, a lot of diseases are caused by the water. So we will discuss the first part in detail. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.